All right, what's going on, y'all? I just want to talk about Sony in general. Of course, the latest news was The Last Guardian being delayed till November 6th. And, I guess the main reason for that because you got a huge October with big name games like Gears of War 4, Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare that's coming out in October. So that's a juggernaut month for gaming. And of course, that's when the sales are going to skyrocket. That's not even Black Friday yet. So whenever Black Friday gets there, it's going to be of course it's going to be a frenzy. So I believe that's why Sony went ahead and delayed The Last Guardian again because of what's coming out in the month of October. And if I'm not mistaken, the Rise of the Tomb Raider for PS4 is coming out in October, I believe. Don't get me wrong. It's either October or November. I believe it is October. So that's another game to put under the belt. And I will be getting the Rise of the Tomb Raider again, even though I did play it on the Xbox One. But I love the game so much that I'm going to double dip. The reason why, because the game was so great that I want another sequel to this game. I will support this game to the fullest. I'm not going to be in this community talk about video games and not be about video games. I believe Rise of the Tomb Raider is like one of the best games this generation. It just is not getting enough credit. And by its releasing on the PS4, hopefully that the PlayStation owners can support this game. It did all right on the Xbox One, but it could have did better. I wish it could have done better. I'm kind of disappointed. I think with the 360 sales, the PC, Xbox One sales, I think it's like between 2 and 3 million. That's not bad, but a game of that magnitude should be selling a lot more. But anyway, I want to talk about Sony in general on the wrongdoings that they've been doing, the stuff that they've been getting away with, and the media bias. Ever since the announcement of the PS4 Pro, in which I defended, like I have no issue with it. Like they doubled the GPU power, they overclocked the CPU, not much, so you get better frame rates, on certain games. But they didn't enhance it, enough that we can actually play games and basically 1080 60 deadlock. We still can't get that 1080 deadlock. It really sucks. And the price tag is $400, and that's why I said that's not bad, because you get double the power and you get a terabyte of storage. So that's a really good deal. Basically, I just want to give you my thoughts and opinions on how Sony is handling this situation of bringing 3 different hardwares within 2 months from each other. And of course, you got the PS4 Slim that's coming out like pretty soon, within a week from now. And of course, you got the PS4 VR, and of course, you got the PS4 Pro. So all that it's coming out within a couple of months from each other. And the deal with this is, well, I don't understand how does Sony can get away with this without anybody having an issue, without the media basically coming out and saying that Sony is really confusing to consumers. And that can really be confusing, especially if you're a casual, especially if you're not hardcore in this gaming community like I am, or like some of y'all are. Like, we know what's going on, we know the scoop, we know the lowdown of what's going on. But a normal casual gamer that's going out to a Best Buy or Walmart trying to look for the latest console, and all of a sudden they found out that's like 2 different PS4s coming out, and that's another peripheral with the VR coming out. It's just so much that's going on. And I believe that the reason why they trying to push this, because Sony is really trying to push VR, so that's why they putting all this hardware out so fast. And I really think that it's not a really good move. But since Sony is in first place, Sony has been dominant for a very long time, and I feel that Sony could do anything that they want and still get away with it. But I just want to basically bring this up. The same people that's praising of what Sony is doing right now was the same people that was bashing Microsoft for basically announcing 2 different consoles at E3. Announcing the Slim first, And all of a sudden, of course, we knew about the rumors about the Scorpio. The Slim came as a really good surprise. I was really interested in it. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. They add all these features in it. But the media, the same people that's praising Sony, are the same people that's saying that Microsoft is really confusing their consumers with two different hardwares that's coming out within a year from each other. Like, I still don't understand. But with Sony, they got 3 different hardwares coming out from 2 months from each other, starting next week. I believe that's when the PS4 Slim is coming out. And all of a sudden, of course, the PS4 Slim, I still don't see why the media, some of them are bashing them, but, I swear on everything that if this was Microsoft, this would have been a shit storm. It would have been a shit storm. And you got the PS4 Slim, of course, it's going to be a cheaper price, but it's not using the optical port. Well, they taking the optical port out the system just to cut the cost. They trying to save a little bit of money. And they really hadn't offered nothing. They took away features, but they really hadn't offered nothing new. Offered nothing to enhance your experience of paying $300 for the PS4 Slim, and you could just basically get the standard PS4 for like $350 now. And basically the standard PS4 is just more superior than the PS4 Slim, and it looks a lot better. And the looks of the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro look so hideous. I don't know what was they thinking. And basically, I just feel that a lot of this stuff has been rushed, and I feel that not enough people in the media is coming out and basically bashing Sony about this. But I just don't understand, how can Sony get away with this? You telling me that they're not confusing to consumers with all this hardware coming out within 2 months from each other? Like, come on. Last time I checked, like, when Sega did this, when they did something like this, it confused a lot of consumers. And this is why Sega is no longer in the hardware business, because they turned a successful Sega Genesis into their worst enemy, with the attachments with the Sega CD and the 32X, and whenever the Saturn, and the surprise launching of the Saturn, and all of a sudden Sega said something really stupid, talking about the Saturn was not a future after they launched the system. This is really Sony is really going down the path of Sega. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I'm hearing rumors about a PS5 coming out in 2018. So basically, if whenever the PS4 Pro come out in the next month or two, that technically this is not the future. This is basically on how I feel about the Saturn. When Sega said this wasn't the future, even though Saturn just came out, the Pro about to come out, and technically it's not the future because the PS5 is coming out. Well, technically it's rumors, but if this is true, like, I swear this is a mirror image of what Sega had did, but Sony is really getting away with it without no media bashing them. But, of course I pay attention to this. A lot of y'all pay attention to this. It's a lot of stuff that's pissing me off lately. I haven't even mentioned the jacking of the the PlayStation Plus going up $10. I know it's just $10, but the principle of the fact of the matter of this situation is they hadn't offered nothing new to the experience. They hadn't, they didn't improve the servers. They don't run on dedicated servers like Xbox Live does. That's why Xbox Live goes down, less times than the PS network, the PlayStation Network. But whenever the PlayStation Network goes down, it goes down for hours compared to Microsoft. It goes down for a few minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour. But PlayStation Network goes down for hours, sometimes days, because I experienced that because I own both consoles. So there is a difference between both networks. And Sony decide to price it the same as the Xbox Live, knowing that Xbox Live is far superior. And if you are a Sony fanboy, that's damage controlling this, then you need help. Like, if you damage controlling the fact that Xbox Live is not better than PlayStation Network, like, you need to get your head checked. You are not a gamer. You're not a gamer. You can't call yourself a gamer, and you can't even admit that Xbox Live has always been superior ever since they stepped foot in this gaming into this market, this gaming market. But yeah, ever since they announced the jacking of the PlayStation Plus, the service went down 3 times within 10 days, within a week and a half, 3 times with no explanation. And we was hoping to get some kind of explanation from Sony, you know, on why they increased the price of the PlayStation Plus at the Sony conference or the meeting. But you know, as expected, they didn't mention anything. They basically making this a hush hush and basically trying to, you know, make more money off of us. And like I say, there's no enhancements of this PlayStation Network, and it's just so stupid, and it's mind-boggling that Sony is getting away with a lot of this. And if you want to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro, yes, I've been defending this, but at the same time, I'm basically I'm basically criticizing Sony for having a console parity between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. You know, as I was saying earlier, you know, the CPU in which is if you like frame rates, then you would like a better CPU. All they did was overclock the CPU, in which it's a little enhancements is going to be better than the PS4, but their main focus was the graphics. So they doubled the GPU to power, so you're going to have a better looking games, but the frame rates is not going to be much of a difference. You're going to have a little bit better frame rates when it comes to single player campaign modes, but whenever you go on the online multiplayer, you're going to share the same experience with the standard PS4 owners because they don't want nobody to get left behind, in which I still just don't understand. I don't. So you pay for a premium product and you still get the standard experience. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's a reason why people wants to upgrade to another console, because they want the enhancements of everything, not just GPU. It's not all about graphics. Well, technically, it's been all about graphics this generation, but I want graphics and frame rates. But then again, frame rates is more important than graphics in my books. You know, what's the point of playing in 4K and having five frames per second? What's the point? Like, I just don't understand. Like, some people actually prefer that. They prefer the most beautifully looking game, even though it's running like shit. Like, this is why we've been having bad frame rate issues, you know, this generation, because people also focus on graphics. And you know, it sucks that we're not gonna have a smoother online experience with the PS4 Pro, because Sony is basically still thinking about the 40+ million that bought the PS4, the standard PS4. But last time I checked, if you in the PC community, you will play people that have 30 frames per second, 60 frames, 120, 90 frames. Everybody play at once. So there's no parity when it comes to PC online gaming. And I still don't understand. This is why a lot of people are converted to PC, because they are tired. They are tired, you know, with the limitations of with these consoles. They're tired of it. You know, with me, I always been a console gamer. You know, I always will, but don't be surprised if I wind up doing an unboxing of a PC. Don't be surprised. I'm sick of this console parity. I am. And it really depends on the Scorpio. I want to know how the Scorpio going to be. Because if there is a console parity with the Scorpio, that might just, I don't know. I'm really thinking about getting to the PC. Just do the whole Windows 10 deal. I don't know. But it is very frustrating. You know, it's not all about graphics. I want better frame rates. And, you know, Sony has been doing a lot of stuff that's been, you know, head scratching lately, and they're getting away with it. But anyway, I've been going on too long, man. You know, like I say, the only good thing that Sony did was the pricing of the PS4 Pro. It's not bad. I know some people are damage control of the fact that Sony did not add a Ultra HD Blu-ray in the PS4 Slim or the Pro. But honestly, I think Microsoft caught them by surprise with the Ultra HD Blu-ray player. That's what I think, and they didn't know anything about it. So you know, by them not putting that feature in there, there are some bashing about that. So basically, the Xbox One S, if you want to look at value, it's more value than the PS4 Pro. There's more value, even though the PS4 Pro is coming out. It's going to be bundled with Uncharted 4, in which it's not bad. You get a game with it, but it's the same price as the Xbox One S that offers 4K Ultra HD 4K Blu-ray. It offers more features, better online. You get 2 games. You get Halo 5 and the Halo Master Chief Collection. So technically, you get 5 games. Okay. For the same price as the PS4 Pro. So basically the Slim has a lot more value than the Xbox One Slim has a lot more value than the PS4 Slim. So technically, if you want to look at it, the Xbox One Slim is going to be competing with the PS4 Pro. Even though the PS4 Pro is going to be more superior as far as graphics, whatever, but as far as features goes, as far as what Microsoft offers with the console, it offers a lot for a low price. So they're gonna be competing against the Slim until the Xbox Scorpio comes out. So honestly, I think the PS4 Slim is really a waste of money, and the only thing I could think about is Sony trying to cut costs by taking features out, taking stuff out the console. It's just so stupid. They shot themselves in the foot, and I still don't see enough bashing about this. But anyway, guys, I went long enough with this video. Y'all just give me your thoughts and your opinions on how y'all feel about Sony lately. I feel that they've been dropping the ball a lot lately, and I didn't even talk about exclusives. I didn't even talk about exclusives. It's like the second holiday in a row they have no exclusives. And I'm not counting remasters, because I know Nathan Drake Collection came out last year. It's a remaster game. Gran Turismo got delayed to next year. So another holiday with no exclusives. Of course, The Last Guardian is going to come out in November. But, okay, one new exclusive game within, 2-3 years? Like, that's not acceptable, man. I still don't know how they can get away with this shit. But anyway, y'all just give me your thoughts and your opinions on how y'all feel about Sony as a whole. I just feel that they've been dropping the ball. But of course, there are some Sony fanboys going to be in the comment section, damage controlling. But like I say, y'all just let me know on how y'all feel about Sony. And if there's some stuff about Microsoft, that needs to get brought up on the table, let me know. Because as far as exclusives goes, they didn't really have many this year as well. But at least they coming out during the holidays with their big heavy hitters. At least they coming out during the holidays, giving people more of a reason to buy an Xbox One because of the holidays. That's when they get most of their sales. But like I said, give me your thoughts and your opinions about Sony in general. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. And once again, this is your boy Regamer27, and y'all have a good day.